Hello YouTube. I am on the Coosa River in Elmore County. I'm going to be exploring these Artesian springs today and this whole cliffside here where the Artesian springs are coming out. There is agates, jasper, all kinds of different stones. You could say other. Lots of iron and its little collections of stone. I find that there it is. That's the iron. Let me wash it off. See that agate in it? Well, it ain't letting go. That is a Rockhound and iron. That is amazing. We've got a little bit of everything. I'm going to explore this shoreline here. I've been fishing here all my life, but now that I'm an official YouTuber and a Rockhounder, it's just a whole different place now. I've been standing down here fishing all my life, pulling them catfish and stuff out of this water, and I never once thought about these stones on the ground coming out of these walls behind me. That looks like wood. That is a crystal, quartz crystal. I don't know if y'all can see that. When I picked it up, I realized my camera was pointed straight up. There's a white coating on that one. This clay has got a hold to it, so they don't move very much once they get in that clay. But you talk about cleaning. Oh, that's got a nice line running through it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Wow, it's got fortification lines running all in that, on the edges of that line. I don't know if that'll focus in or not. Hopefully it did. Maybe you'll get to see it again. I found some beautiful stuff in here last year. It just takes the time to stand and look. And I'm sure people know what I mean by it's hard to stand still when you're doing this. You want to walk. That's that iron again. You get it wet. That bird announcing that I'm here. Just got back from hunting and come back. His nest is probably around here somewhere. Let me get down here. I'm gonna look at what has come out through the winter since I hadn't looked. It's gonna be pretty when it's wet. It'll shine through. This whole hillside is nothing but beautiful rocks. And to sit there and overlook some while you're looking at others can get pretty hard for me. It's hard for me to focus in like that sometimes because there's so much drawing my attention. Wind feels good. I got up in them woods doing those other videos. Got a really good sweat going. My first good one this year. All right, this looks good. Check this out. I'm in the shade, but this is where it would be. I had the patience to look for it. That's it if you clean it. You can see how beautiful that is on the inside. There's another piece. You can see the points of crystals where this came in and formed, and the points were all in it. Huh. That is an interesting rock right there. It's got places in it. I've just got some stuff I want to look at. If that's a keeper, let me wash this off. There's another one right there. Getting sunlight. I like the sunlight. You'd have to feel the weight on that. That beautiful red stuff is down here. I remember it from last year. You got to be careful for this river, because see me a lure. Look at that. I used to, this was my bait store when I was a kid. There's a leader. It's all rigged, perfectly rigged. The hooks have melted off of it, but the lead and the leader and all the clips and everything's still on it. That's amazing. Hopefully somebody like me when I was a kid would come down here and find that. Man, that used to get me excited when I was a boy. Find free tackle. Because that was a lot of times all I had. Get down here and find what you need to go fishing. Get worms and stuff like that out of these woods to put on the hook. This area would have been affected by the that impact, that Wetumpka impact crater. It was too close for it not to be, and I believe that's why a lot of this is so similar from place to place. Is as it washes out, it hits that line or other lines that were formed. And you come out with it, and then that iron creates a lot of this stuff that's inside these rocks. I don't know if you can see them little dots that's inside that rock. You got complete lines and things that are formed in there. guess that. Wait a minute. Let's see what that is. Looks like a foot. Wow, let me get that wet just to check it out. To get that white on white, it's kind of hard. I'd have to clean it really good for you to see the, tell them what that's going to look like if it's cut in half. I'm going to keep it just for that. It's just so heavy. It's got something going on you can't see. It was so heavy, it was sitting there by itself. It's just like this. This is all coming, see how it's just coming out of the ground there? And it goes up right there and comes out of the ground. What that is. It is beautiful. It's just so heavy. There's something to it. That falls in the other category. Because I have no idea. And it's going to take somebody other than me to call it. That's pretty. That looks like a piece of wood with those lines running through it like it is. You can smell that iron sometimes. You can see through that one. That has got some beautiful. Whoop, there it is. I've noticed sometimes in my video, if y'all ever see me hold up a rock, I usually wear a really bright, like a construction worker yellow shirt, to where when I'm in these woods, if somebody's back in there hunting, they don't shoot at me. Not that it would stop them. But that's the idea. And I've noticed in some of my videos that I can see that yellow reflecting off the rock. Oh, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna get these and go out here to the... I always get in this shade and start finding stuff that I need sunlight for. Might as well get me a handful of it. Let me get right here and see if I can get some light. Look at the lines in that. Put that up. Snatch that up because it's that black stuff. But I snatched that because of those little dots. Somebody told me what that was, and I'd already researched it and found it. But I've seen some of it coming out of Arkansas. But it was gold and tan and all these colors. And I was shocked to see it so far away. But then I realized what a natural thing it is and how it forms. From what I've read, it says I can't remember what it's called, but it could be like O-I-L-L-I-T, Olite or something like that. I'm not absolutely sure. I don't like to call out names, but it's formed on the ancient shorelines by small stones or grains of sand rolling and sediment and forming little round orbs that then stick together and compressed over millions of years become a stone. Don't like my back to that river. Keep that one. Somebody got that bird upset. He's pitching a fit. They're so beautiful. It feels so good being out here. See how these artesian springs just continue to run out of this hillside, and we can be in a drought and they'll still run. They never stop. Been told this water's thousands of years old before it reaches the top of the ground. There is absolutely some, you can see this clay here, it's just full of stuff. Some big, nice pieces of, I can't get that out, of a quartz. That's quartz there. You can see it all in here. The whole crystals, like that. But you can see it actually at work. Hawk. I've been researching some areas where I can get my hands on some fossils. It's all around me here in Alabama. And again, I didn't know. Big old knife. That's a crane. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. That big old crane. And then there's a hawk way up in the sky. Just a little bitty dot. That's what that bird was raising it about. Just seen that hawk. I've been working in my garden for the last week. You hear that bird hollering? He's trying to make that hawk. I think he's somewhere else. See all that water coming out of there? See where I've come from. We were all the way down there where that point sticks out in the river. This rock starts changing in here. And you can get some really deep reds. That's what I got last year. If you can get it out, you got to bring something with you to get these red ones out of here. But you can just see them all in here. Let me try to find one. That black sand. These ain't very big. There's a big dark red one. Let me get back in the sunlight. Somebody done made them a little puddle here. Don't know why. I guess that might have been a kid. But you never know. I've done more than that. It ain't quite as dark as that piece I found up in that spring earlier. But when you get them good pieces, it is just a dark, rich piece like that. But this ain't dark. That ducker is just beautiful. I guess that's what you'd call a pink quartz. You can see where it has the shape of the vein and the ends are not jagged, so it's been out a long time. But that quartz has definitely come into, that iron is definitely in play down here. And we're that close to the other place where I was. There. Yeah, it's got the silkiest feeling to it. All up in this. That's that wild rose again right there. See it? Little white roses right there. Don't want it in my yard. Hear the drips. Now you should be able to find that beautiful red in here. There's a piece. Look at there. How beautiful that is. Take some light to it. I hold it. Getting the light. This gray clay. Rinse this off. But you can see the different quartz crystals and all the different colors that it comes in. It's a lot of smoky quartz in here. You see it like that. It's beautiful. You can find some really nice pieces. So rock solid passion, if you ever, which I don't think you need quartz. I see you pulling it. But if you see any of this in it, lights you up, just let me know. I'm gonna head back down the river. This is what I was talking about, and that still ain't as red as what I can pull out of here. But it just looks like blood running through it. It's amazing stuff. I'm gonna keep this one piece here since I went to all this effort to get it. And it's all in here. It's hard to see on this video because of the mud. This ground's moving. I'm just enjoying being outside, walking on this river, exploring and finding these beautiful rocks when I can. Just being grateful. This is right in my backyard. I have never been swimming in this water. It scares me. And I'm not usually scared of water, but I know what's in there. Or what could possibly be there. I've seen pictures. I hadn't never laid eyes on them, but there's a feeling in me telling me not to get in that. So I never have. And the fact that I've lost enough fishing line myself in there for it to be dangerous. Wrap around your feet, you ain't coming up. Look. I love pictures like that. Make that joker move. You watch. Oh, I heard something move. That's another thing I just realized about being in here. You don't see a lot of animal tracks. You see human, but no animal. I'm pretty sure you would if you got downriver some. I've actually been looking, and I stopped myself last year from buying I did buy a polisher, but I bought a slant flat lap instead of the bigger one. And I've been kind of looking at flat bottom boats where I can get up in this river, in the Alabama River, and run around like I used to. But this time I won't be fishing, I'll be exploring for fossils and rocks and petrified wood, which I know where it is. I've seen it and I know where the places are, but you got to have a boat to get to it. And I don't believe there's anybody that wants to go on the river looking for rocks. Because trust me, I have put the word out. Ain't nobody bit that hook. They won't even go out with me anymore because I walk too far and say too much. Well, that's all right too. Let them stay home. Speaking of home, I think I'm gonna get to it. I got a lot to do to finish my day up before it closes. I appreciate everybody that's been with me through these few videos I've done. Just me getting out, loving nature, exploring, learning more about these rocks. If you got any information about anything I've said or seen or picked up and shown, please feel free to leave a comment. I don't normally ask for that, but I like to have a reply and come back and talk with people if I can. I like the interaction. You can see this is where I was. See that fresh sand that I dug up, and you can see how this Artesian spring has spread out into the river here. I really like it here. I appreciate everybody for joining me today. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy life.